Hello friends, welcome back to Cloud Pedagogy. In today's lab, we will demonstrate AWS S3 by creating a sample S3 bucket, uploading some objects to S3 buckets and setting up the bucket permissions and policies. So let's start with the task. In the task 1, we will create an S3 bucket and upload some objects. In task 2, access those objects using the browser. In task 3, we will change the bucket and object permissions. In task 4, we will change the bucket policies. So start with the task 1. Create an S3 bucket and upload some objects. First we will create a bucket. Set up the bucket name. S3 bucket name is globally unique. Choose a name which is available. Leave other settings as default and click on Create Bucket. Next, we'll upload few objects to the bucket. Click on Upload button. Add some files. Here I am selecting student 1 and student 2 JPG files from my computer. After choosing your files, click on Upload. You could see the uploading processing is successful. Congratulations, you have done the task with creating a bucket and uploading the objects. In the task 2, we will access these pictures from a browser. Now you have a private S3 bucket with the private objects uploaded, which means you cannot visit it through internet. Let's see whether we can access it or not. Now click on your student1.jpg file object. You will see the object details like owner, size, link, etc. A URL will be listed under object URL. Let's copy the URL. Open image link in a new tab and paste the URL. You will see an access denied message for both of the images, which means the objects are not publicly accessible. Let's check the permission of the objects. Click on Permission tab here. As you can see here, only object owner has read and write access. It's not accessible publicly. Great job! You have finished the task 2 to check whether the object is accessible or not. In the task 3, we will change the bucket and object permissions so that we can see the object accessible publicly. To change the object to public, we need to make public all access to the bucket permissions as well as enable ACL in object ownership in the bucket permissions. Amazon S3 Block Public Access provides settings for access points, buckets, and accounts to help you manage public access to Amazon S3 resources. By default, new buckets, access points, and objects do not allow public access. To do so, we need to choose Permissions tab in the bucket page. Choose Edit to change the public access settings for the bucket. Disable the checkbox next to Block All Public Access and then choose Save. When you have asked for confirmation, enter Confirm, then choose Confirm to save your changes. You can change Amazon S3 public access settings at the time of the bucket creation as well. Let's try refresh the images in the browser. It's still showing the same access denied message. Next, we will change the ACLs to enable mode so that we can access the object publicly. S3 object ownership is an Amazon S3 bucket level setting that you can use to control ownership of objects uploaded to your bucket and to disable or enable access control lists. By default, object ownership is set to the bucket owner enforce setting and all ACLs are disabled. When ACLs are disabled, the bucket owner owns all the object in the bucket and manages access to data exclusively using access management policies. Now we will change the ACL to the enable mode so that everybody can access the objects. To do so, in the object ownership section, click edit. Select ACL enabled option. Acknowledge and save the changes. Do you think you can access the image now? Let's try. Oops, still same access denied message, because we need to change the object level permission to make the image available publicly. Just go ahead and do that. Select the object. Go to Actions. Click on Make Public using ACL. And choose Make Public button. Now you can see that everyone has the read access. Let's refresh our student1.jpg file. Now you can see the picture student1.jpg. Let's try first student2.jpg file. It is still access denied because we did not change the ACL for this object. Congratulations! Now you know how to make the object publicly available. The next thing is how to change the bucket policy. In this task, you will set up the bucket policy and test the object accessibility. In the previous task, you grant a read access only to a specific object, which is student1.jpg file. If you wish to make all objects inside a bucket available publicly, you can achieve this by creating a bucket policy. To do so, click on Permissions tab in the bucket. A blank bucket policy editor is displayed. Paste the bucket policy here. The policy is attached in the description. Copy the ARN of your bucket to the clipboard and paste it in the code. Click on Save. Now test the object access. Go back to your bucket list, then click on your bucket. Now open student2.jpg URL. That's it. You can see the image. Your bucket is publicly available so that everybody can see the objects with their URL link. Congratulations! You have successfully created a new AWS S3 bucket, uploaded some images to it. Then you have changed S3 object permissions and created an S3 bucket policy. Finally, please don't forget to delete the resources after your lab is completed. Hope to see you again in my next video. Until then, take care.